Hi there, everybody. Welcome to another bite-sized masterclass in our series for community events. Today, we're going to look at the state government event planner tool, which is pretty cool. Now, for those of you that haven't listened to any of our webinars yet, and this is your first one, just a quick intro. I'm Linda Tillman. I'm Managing Director of Tilma Group, regional tourism and events agency that works across regional Australia, and also the founder of Revents Academy, doing a whole range of different capacity building projects, training, online training, webinars, masterclasses, you name it. We do it at Revents Academy. If you'd like more information on who we are and what we do, you can jump on to tilmagroup.com.au or reventsacademy.com. Now, in this quick 15-minute bite-sized session, we're looking at the state government event planning tool, which is essentially this really cool tool that helps you create a task list to make sure you don't miss anything from an event compliance perspective. It's actually super cool, and I reckon it's something that could be replicated across other states and territories. So well done to the Victorian state government. It's a really good starting point for events, especially new events, but even existing community events, because it helps you determine what permits and approvals you need for your event. And it also gives you a suggestion of when you should do them. It gives really good tips of things to consider in terms of your event management plan, your risk management, COVID-safe planning. It's really great. So today what we're going to do is dive into the actual event planning tool. So I'm going to take you through what it's all about, walk you through the tool. So I'll make up a bit of a community event and walk you through it so you can actually see how it works. And I'll also talk to you about how you can use it to support event compliance for your particular event. And I'll touch on all of those things as I'm walking you through the actual tool. Okay, so this is it. Essentially, it takes about 10 minutes. So they say allow about 10 minutes to do it. And what it does is it just asks you a series of questions about your event. And it just, I guess, around your preparation, your planning, and then it just populates a task list. So it's really, really handy. It details who you should contact, such as the local council and government departments. It gives you a list of tasks at the end, which you can email to yourself or download as a PDF. And that covers things you should be completing when you're looking at doing your event management plan, emergency management, all of your permits and approvals. It gives you an idea of ones you should apply for based on the information you put in. And it also gives you an estimate of the risk level of your event and what risk management you should be taking on board, and also what tier. It gives you also the suggestion of what tier you are from a COVID-safe perspective as well. So if you've had a look at our COVID-safe or our COVID-safe bite-sized webinar, that will also give you some more insight into the different tier levels of events as well. So it's a really great tool to use, and I encourage all events to jump in, put your details in and see what kind of information it puts out for you. All right, let's jump across. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. So you go into the site. Let me just move that out of the way. So you can see up here, just give me a second, I'll put this spotlight on. All right, you can see up here, you can see up here in the URL bar, the eventplanner.business.vic.gov. But if you just type into Google event, Victorian state government event planning tool, you'll be able to find it. It will come up pretty quickly. This is what it looks like. So it's a guided planning tool, talks to you a little bit about it. Up here, this is really cool because this is where it starts to populate your tasks. So you'll see as I'm inputting information and answering questions, this is going up. So it's automatically populating a task list, which is really excellent. Down the bottom of the screen down here, you can see the start button. So this will navigate you through the actual portal. So I press start, gives me a bit of important information. It's just telling me things like what the tool's for. It's general information. So, you know, it certainly gives you some guidance and some recommendations, but you should always seek specific advice for your own event. And that's, I mean, a good recommendation on anything that you're doing. So, you know, talking to council and really making sure you've got everything covered in a specific, at a specific level for your event. Then I click through and I start getting the questions. So I'm just going to talk you through this. I'll call it Tilma Group Community Fair. I'm going to have it, why not have it around my birthday? So the weekend of the 18th of February, it's a weekend event. Oh, and you can see here straight away, this is what I love about it. So this has activated because I've put this event in as a summer event. So then you can press that click down button on the side and it starts to talk to you about your risk management plan, making sure that you're covering fire safety. That's the kind of cool stuff it has. So really thinking for you, which is wonderful. Okay, so I can click that back up. Would you like more information on funding? Of course, I do want more information on funding. I'm going to just run through this quickly, but it'll give you a sense of how to go through it yourself. And it also shows you how simple it is. So what categories of events would you like information about? So if it's about funding, I want it about all of these, not really major, regional tourism, that'll do. And you can see already up here in the tasks, now I've got 31 tasks already, just on that one page. It gives you the option to save your progress. I'm not going to do that now, but what you can do is type your email address in, press submit. And then if you only get halfway through and you want to go take a break, make a coffee, you know, whatever, you can just say submit. You can close and save, and it will actually then email where you're up to. So in a link, so you can just come back into it. All right, next is a bit about my event. Okay, I'm going to put it in. I'm thinking of that park I used. I feel like it was, no. I'll just put Macedon Ranges just for the sake of it. Okay, how close is it? And you can see these little eye information icons beside them. So you can actually go into it. So if I don't know, so if I want to pick a venue, don't see, I can go to, oh, that's a shame. It doesn't actually stay on there, which makes it hard. myvenuefinder.com. So you don't have to confirm the venue to complete the survey. And that's another great thing about it. If you don't have all the pieces of the puzzle together, you can still work through this with, I guess, proposed information. So then we start to go closest hospital. See here, once again, if you look on the little eye symbol, why are they asking me about the nearest hospital? Well, because this affects the level of risk. So that's factoring that in from a risk management perspective. So they're really thinking for you, which is great. I'm going to say 5 to 10K, closest fire station, 3 to 5 kilometres, type of venue. So I'm going to have an outdoor widespread street. So that's no defined boundary. So I'm saying it's a community fair in an open parks and gardens space in Macedon Ranges. That's essentially my community fair. Is it privately owned? No, it's not. It's a public space. Is it more than 500 square metres? Yes. Is the event site enclosed? No. Is entry gained by a ticket or payment? No, mine's a free event, community fair. Will there be any large temporary structures? I'm going to say tents and marquees. Tents, marquees or booths more than 100 square metres. That's fairly big. And seating stands. So that's my venue. You can add multiple venues. So you just click on add venue or location and you can add another venue, but I'm just going to have the one. So now they want to know about who's attending. So I'm going to have up to 3,000 people. They're all families and a mix of ages. Will most be sitting? They're mostly standing. So it's a community fair. Will they need to queue for about, well, I'm hoping not. Then next. So this is where it links to the public event self-assessment tool. So that framework, the COVIDsafe framework, does it meet the definition of a public event? Yes. And is it being conducted within a COVIDsafe setting? Well, yes, it is. Even if I haven't done my COVIDsafe plan, I know that's an expectation. So I'll say yes. The details. So I'm going to have fireworks. See straight away, here's some more tips. So it talks about, the fireworks, what you need to do, and then also tips again with fire safety. I'm going to have a parade and a carnival, live music. We'll have wildlife demonstrations. So see the ones with the eye. So they start to talk to you about different regulations and things you should be considering. I'll also put, no, I'm not going to have that. Okay, activities, fates or fundraisers, face painting, amusement rides, carnival style sideshows. I have a petting zoo and jumping castles. And you can see if I look back up here, see my tasks, now I'm up to 41 tasks, so it's populating tasks. Location and logistics, I will have camping overnight. No, actually I won't at my community fair because it's a lot of visiting friends and relatives. There will be impact on roads and traffic. We'll have to close some roads for the parade and public transport. Don't have to worry about that, but we will have advertising signs on the sides of the roads. I'll be having food trucks, market stalls, and I will have a bar, so I need to note those. And I'm actually also having a smoking ceremony because, bringing the Indigenous community into my event is really important. So here you can see, gives a definition of what it is and talks a bit about a smoking ceremony. I'm not going to have livestock or paid staff, but once again, you can see if you do have those things, it gives you a bit of information about them, which is wonderful. Outdoor noise. So you see here now it's started to read into what information I've put in and start to customize this. So I mentioned it that it will be completely or partially outdoors. So questions help determine the need to apply to EPA Victoria. So will it go for more than 5 hours at a time? Yes. Will it go outside the hours 12 p.m. to 10? Yes, it will. And will it be more than 6 times in a year? No, it's only once a year. So it's asking me all these questions to prompt what kind of approvals, permits or exemptions do I need. Also, I talked about food and drink, so it's asking me a few more questions about this. Will it be mobile? Yes, because I'm going to have food trucks. I'm not selling food, but they'll be third party. I just love how this thinks for you. The impact on roads or traffic. Yes, I am closing roads. They're only local roads and they're not tolls. And see, now we've got some tips. So super handy information that's really timely and relevant. Do I know whether they're just local roads? Do I require exemptions from the road rules? Yes. I will need traffic control. I do not have parking within the boundaries. I have to use public car parking. Will traffic need to move in crowded areas? Yes, it will at times. That's if people, roads aren't closed, it's busy, there'll still be traffic moving, but there won't be any foot or cycling race. And that's it. And this is what it creates for you. So it gives you a summary for Tilma Group Community Fair. So you get a task list. So I can click on here. Here's my task list. So I've got 53 tasks. So this is a starting list of tasks for organising your event. It talks about who to consult with first. So it gives me the council. who else to consult with based on the information I've put in. So they want me to consult with public transport operators. So you can see they give you all the details, and they also want me to consult with the community. How wonderful. They also talk to me about what do I need to prepare? So child safe policies, emergency management plan, event plan, noise management, etc. And then if you drop each of these down, it gives you a bit more information about them. So it's a one-stop shop, essentially. You've got permits and licenses. These are things you might need to apply for. Remember, this is generic, so there might be things that are listed here that if you talk to council, you may not actually have to apply for. But see, it's got fireworks stuff because I talked about fireworks. It's got about the music license, where to get it all from, how to do it, responsible service of alcohol. Super handy. And then it gives me grants I could apply for. The freezer grant. It talks about if it's closed, Pride Events and Festivals Fund, what it's for, where to get it from, the Regional Events Fund. Isn't that wonderful? And then it's got some generic topics on running festivals. So you can go through this and read any information. And then these are the tips that came up based on the information I put in. So you can either print this page, email the page to yourself, or up here, I believe you could actually download it as a PDF to share. Email it to yourself or go back and adjust your plan. You can see here as well about your COVIDsafe. So it's made me a tier 2. This is what I need to do. Risk management, it's classified as high. So it's also given me some suggestions there. So it's a wonderful tool to use. So I encourage everyone to jump in, have a look, put your event in, even if you don't have all the details finalized. It's that first step to just understand what are those approvals and permits that you may need for your event. So you're very fortunate in Victoria to have access to that. So jump in, use it, and really I wish you all the luck in planning your next event. Thank you.